Hello, my name is Victoria.
I'm Jasmin.
And I'm Agatha.
And we are 3 of the 6 Alhaj Taekwondo sisters. Today, we're going to talk about Taekwondo and our passion for the sport. We'll also be discussing our journey of becoming Taekwondo professionals. So, let's kick it!
To start off with, let's mention that Noor, Eleanor, and my twin sister Alice aren't here with us today.
So altogether, we are 6 sisters. We belong to Sweden Jamatkhana in Sweden, and we began training around the age of 5.
Yes.
And 2014 was the year we started our old Taekwondo club. That's when we were certified with a certificate from the World Taekwondo Federation in South Korea. We've been competing a lot as well here in Sweden, in different competitions and events. Also in the UK at the ESF and Jubilee Arts, where we contributed to show our passion and include everyone who would like to join us.
Yeah. The reason why we were able to achieve all of these things that you just mentioned, like starting our own Taekwondo club or joining all of these events to spread our passion for the sport, lays in the strong base that our parents gave us for becoming strong, independent women in the society and fighting gender inequality and fighting the culture that a man has to carry the name of the family or carry the household. And I think that's so important. It has motivated our passion for specifically this sport. I think Taekwondo has also united us as a family and as sisters.
Definitely agree.
All of us have different kinds of skills that we are really good at. For example, you're really strong, I'm very flexible, you're very fast, etc.
So which skill do you guys think is the most important one to become like a good athlete in specifically Taekwondo?
So I believe flexibility is very important because you have to kick higher to get more points in
Exactly.
fights.
The head kicks are the kicks where you get the most points, as you said. But another very, very important skill is being fast.
Yeah, it's definitely, oh my god, I remember the first fight. It was crazy. And like they just put me in the middle of the mat and they were like, okay, 1, 2, 3, go, start fighting. And I was like, I lost my breath. I was like, oh my god, I can't do this anymore.
Yes.
And they told me, they were like, it's only been like 30 seconds. And I couldn't believe it. I was like, this cannot be 30 seconds. And so believe the fact that you are actually doing that for a whole minute before you take a break. And like you're completely done if you don't have a good condition or
and then try to complete 3 rounds, 1 minute each. It sounds very easy, but it is
in the moment
incredibly tough.
Yeah.
One like really good role model for all of us is Rachel Wilson. She's an amazing Swedish national athlete who has won over 20 medals, and
she's been competing for over 10 years now. And she has her own Taekwondo club in Stockholm. We've been there, we visited her, she coached us. She's very humble and
inspiring.
Exactly. Too. Yeah, so she inspires us a lot.
She started at the age of 25
and still managed to achieve this high level, which is very, very inspiring. Like, it's never too late to start Taekwondo or any sport, I would say.
Yeah, she told us about the fact that she started very late because she had hurt her leg, like really severely. But she kept on training to strengthen her leg and to be able to keep on fighting and doing whatever sport she wanted to do.
And I believe that's a great message for her to
spread.
Yeah, because like emphasizing that it's never too late to start exercising, and
and exercise actually helps you recover faster. So it's like it's worse to just sit down and not do anything about when you're hurt. So that's very
Never give up.
It's very important to do that.
But it's important to rest as well.
Exactly.
You have to have balance.
Exactly. That's so important.
Most
what motivates a person to keep doing something is, of course, the joy they get out of it.
Yeah.
So I think we all have different views on
Yeah.
what gives us joy in this sport.
Exactly.
But so for me, what gives me most joy is when I've learned a new pomse and I've put all my energy into it, and then like when I complete the pattern, and I just like breathe out, and I get so much joy and energy after doing so. Yeah, I know you guys.
Personally,
Yeah.
I would say that my most favorite would be fighting is my most favorite, because I think it's so much fun to, you know, feel this adrenaline just before the fight, and when you're standing on the mat,
Doing your thing.
yeah, doing my thing, and feeling a little bit nervous, and like, okay,
Get
here
all
we
that
go.
energy out, you know.
Yeah.
Do everything.
And just start
And it's
kicking.
all about like, it's like 1 minute
Yeah.
and even 30 seconds sometimes,
Yeah.
and it's all about being really quick and fast.
Yeah.
You know, you
And like
can't
choosing the right time to kick. Yeah.
Exactly.
And
And
being
also
focused.
choosing different moves as well.
Yeah.
You can just use everything that you know and that you've learned into the fight.
Yeah.
So my personal favorite sessions are when we're having those kicking sessions, you know, when we do multiple kicks, you know, especially those when we turn and we jump high, those head kicks
spin.
and all of that.
Yeah.
And that's my personal favorite.
Yeah.
I know it takes like all the time that it takes to learn a kick, and then when you finally
get it.
yeah,
feeling is great.
Yeah, when someone like records you and you feel like, oh my god, I just did it right. I just did it right.
It feels so cool.
And
like,
when
wow,
you break
I'm
the plank.
Yes, that's the best part
and when
ever.
you're in the air, it feels like cool. And like,
Yeah.
I'm jumping. Like, I'm doing
Yeah,
a
I
kick.
can definitely agree with you guys about the kicks.
It takes so much time though
Yeah.
to learn like a new one. You have to train so many times before
You
like
have to be
getting
patient.
it.
Being able to develop all these skills and the parts that we get a lot of joy out of doing in this sport also require a strong routine into reaching our sport goals. I know that before all of us started studying at a higher level and also working at the same time, we used to have great routines. Like we
used to train like 5 days a week or so.
Yeah.
And
it was more like a regular schedule.
Exactly, a training pattern.
Yeah. And like simultaneously mentoring the kids gave us like kept reminding us about the basics of the sport as well, because we also train very young kids.
Exactly.
And so like you never forget the important like ground. But I think all of us right now are at the stage of our lives that we are all like working
on
many
our personal
jobs,
goals as well. Achieving, completing our exams, finishing university, finish college, and all of that. So
yeah, exactly. And so that is why I think we've not really maintained the same routine as before in, setting up specific like sport goals.
But still contributing in our best way.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we never left our Taekwondo club and the kids that we're training.
Yeah.
So that's something very powerful, I believe, that we've managed our time to keep training those kids and keeping that
Taekwondo club alive. So
exactly.
Like the passion for the sport is still alive. But a great thing is during the summer breaks, we always put like all our energy into the Taekwondo again.
Yeah, we try to find times where we can train together, do some shows, and also join other clubs.
Yeah. Like
who have
Rachel's.
asked us to train them, you know.
Yeah. You mean like, so there's a skiing club in Sweden and they wanted us to like,
teach them some self-defense and all of that. So yeah, that brings us a lot of joy as well, because not only Taekwondo clubs, we don't only collaborate with Taekwondo clubs.
Yeah. With
but
different sports.
Yeah. That's very powerful, I believe.
Yeah, you said something that is so important before, and it was like, Taekwondo isn't just about, like the specific sport like martial arts, it's
Also,
also like so
about
congruent like
discipline.
with like our everyday lives,
Mhm.
with discipline and like respect and everything. Like it gives us like such an important message that we can, you know, implement in our everyday lives. And I think that is, of course, something that we have in our routines in our lives that we
Yeah.
try to like keep applying in all the actions we do.
Not to forget also, last summer when we did upgrade our black belts to the golden stripes, we had to train for like 5 hours straight.
Oh my God, I remember. That
Yeah.
was so exhausting.
Yeah.
And it was also because we had to like recap all the routines that we hadn't been able to uphold during the term when we were all like studying and
Yeah.
working. So when the summer
Exactly.
started and we set the goal to like, okay, we all need to upgrade to the next level. Yeah,
We had to
training
practice all the time, constantly, and
Yeah, we
had
never
to...
stopped improving ourselves because of everything that we've been doing in
Mhm.
our personal lives. This
Yeah.
have always been our passion to keep doing.
So what we did, like we recorded ourselves doing the different like parts of the Taekwondo upgrading session that we knew we had to achieve.
Yeah,
And, like we watched the recordings, we were like, okay, you have to do this and you have to do that, and then we kept recording.
Food is really important when it comes to sports.
Yeah.
Yes. Healthy meals and eating regularly to keep the energy up.
You know,
Yeah, drink water.
Drink a
lot
lot
of water, so it helps your mental health and like keep you motivated and wanting to keep going.
Definitely. And the sleep is also such an important aspect. Like you had to get the right hours of sleep. I remember like the days when we wouldn't keep up the routine, like we didn't sleep like enough hours at night, and like we'd wake up and be like, okay, come on, we need to go to the hall and do the training now, and everyone was just so exhausted, like we didn't have the energy,
and we had to push each other like, oh no, I want to stay in bed, I want to sleep 1 more hour. But we kept pushing ourselves and we managed to reach that goal.
So Shakir Shelbat, who is one of like 7 greatest masters, he came to coach us that summer, and that's why we had to uphold that routine.
Exactly.
This was, by the way, the summer of 2020. During the COVID stuff happening.
Yeah.
And yeah, so we went to the hall and we kept training, and we knew he'd come a specific date, and we knew that he was supposed to check on like where we were to know like how he would coach us in the training, but we just knew that we needed to uphold a specific level for him to like be able to help us from that level. We couldn't be like here. And I know that it was so hard to like reach that level. And when he came, he was like, "Oh, okay, yeah."
It's such a short time. Also,
yeah, it was such a short time, but he really helped us. Like he really, really, truly helped us develop ourselves, and he taught us like different techniques to do stuff, and so that was really good.
So one thing that I believe have been very important for all of us is having a good coach. And that is something that we've been trying to uphold in our club as well, because we've experienced bad coaches in our recent club that we trained in before starting our own. So that is something very important to be able to keep up the motivation, because if you don't have a good coach, then it will be very difficult to uphold everything that you have to do by yourself if you don't have someone to coach you in a good way, to keep you motivated and see the strength in you as an individual.
And also our parents, we need to mention that, like they've been, even though they aren't Taekwondo masters, they've been such important coaches for us.
I know my mom,
like,
she supported us a lot mentally.
Yes.
Very much pushing us like, you're a strong, independent woman, you can do this, and all of that. That kept me so motivated. And then when we were competing, you could hear her
you can
scream.
Always hear her
in the background. Her voice was like, you couldn't miss it.
And she started this routine thing, like she'd come downstairs and be like, "Girl power!"
And also Dad, he supported us on another level. He was supporting the whole Taekwondo team. So he
Yeah.
afforded food for free for all of the members in the club and the kids and all the people that were helping us.
Yeah.
And he supported us with the marketing as well. So they've definitely supported us. I don't know if we could have come this far in such a short time without their support.
Yeah. And you can totally see the difference between when we, as you said before, when we were in the previous club, when you got the bad advice where he was like, the coach was, you know, pushing you down. It was like, you're so bad, you're not gonna make it.
Yeah.
You're not strong enough.
Yeah.
You're a girl. You know, all of this stuff. That didn't motivate us to get better.
Yeah.
Now that we have come further in our development, we've totally seen the difference between bad and good advice.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and like bad and good
And
coaching.
that's how we can help like our teammates from our like past experiences. We can learn from that and understand like, okay, this is not how I want to be treated.
Yeah.
So I know how I want it to be, or how I wish someone mentored me or helped me.
Yeah.
So in that way, bad experiences give you
an ability to like
be better yourself as well.
The pandemic has definitely affected us. So what did we do, guys?
So we started online training on Zoom. So we had classes online for the kids.
It was pretty chaotic in the beginning, you know, everyone like with the mics and everything, you know, all about that stuff.
Yeah.
That was very difficult to maintain in the beginning. It was difficult. And in the beginning, not a lot of kids like participated in the Zoom classes.
Was also hard
was difficult.
For them. It was hard for them to
especially for the younger ones.
Yes.
Like the camera kept dropping. They didn't hear. They got distracted.
It isn't the same thing as being in the actual hall, being physically there.
Yeah. But I think we've managed to come. We've been getting a lot better at it now.
Yeah.
And
also they've been like really good at giving us feedback and, you know, asking also for like advice on like how they should set up the whole technical part.
So except for the pandemic challenges, there have been continuous challenges as for my diabetes type 1, for example, in which I have to obtain a balance between nutrition and physical activity. Though, on the contrary, I would have to keep in mind this balance, whatever sport I would have committed to.
Yeah.
So, like a specific physical struggle that I would mention in this specific sport, Taekwondo, it would be that it's hard to not overload your muscles sometimes during fights, for example.
And along with the physical challenge of overloading your muscles. Overloading your muscles. Yeah, so the mental challenges affect the physical challenges as well.
Yeah.
Maybe me and you were learning something new together. You learn something quicker than I do, and I'm still on the first move, and you continue and you learn faster than me. Then keeping like the mental challenge is to try to
have the right mindset.
Exactly. And not compare yourself, because everyone
has their individual journey.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. So just because you have it easier in like a specific area of the sport, for example, doing the spinning kick.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm better doing the kicks that, you know, reaching up very high because I'm flexible or so.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's very important to keep that mentality to be able to reach your goals.
Yeah. I actually want to like drag a little parallel to this like Karate Kid movie where like he has to keep like wiping the car like in the same move all the time, even though he gets like really tired of doing it. So I think that's a lot about the mental, you know, patience that you have to have, and the mindset that like specifically in Taekwondo, learning different skills or techniques or the palm save moves, like you definitely have to have patience and know that just because you learn the move, that doesn't mean you're doing it the best way possible. So
Yeah.
like you have to keep on repeating it all the
Yeah.
time and like record yourself, look at yourself, and know
Yeah.
how to do it again better and better and better. Like in general, Taekwondo, alhamdulillah, I think that's the reason my mother actually wanted us to choose specifically Taekwondo, is that we have like full body protection.
We have helmets, teeth protection, arms and upper body, as well as the lower body and
Yeah.
the feet.
Mhm.
So we are well protected. It's just
Yeah.
that it's important to be aware of your body and listen to it when something happens.
Yeah.
And apart from preventing injuries through protection is by practicing a lot.
Yeah.
The stronger you are, the more your body can take.
When we were scared
Mhm.
of becoming injured, that was actually something that stopped us from being able to develop our skills.
Mhm.
I think you have really good aspects to bring on this subject.
Yeah, so having confidence makes it very much easier
Yeah.
to win a fight. So I remember in the beginning when I started competing, I didn't understand how it was to compete because it was a whole different environment and feelings, going from training in the club with your teammates and your coach
Yeah.
till going to a huge competition
Yeah.
where you are competing with someone you haven't met before, hearing voices from other clubs screaming and all of that. It gives
Yeah.
you a lot of like the feeling of fear
Yeah.
and pressure.
Yeah.
And those feelings are very important to tackle if you want to be able to win.
Yeah.
Because one thing that is very, very important is believing that I can win this. Like when we talk about confidence, it's not just something that, oh, I will tell myself to be confident.
Yeah.
You gain confidence from achieving things.
Yeah.
So it doesn't just come from anywhere.
Yeah.
You have to, that's why it's very important to have small goals.
Yeah.
You can't have like, okay, I'm training right now and then I'm just going to compete at the SM in Sweden, like the biggest competition. You can't, that would just destroy you.
Yeah.
But competing in smaller competitions before and winning gives you that confidence.
In conclusion, like of all that we've spoken about, I think something that our parents really have taught us is that we need to be humble about everything that we've achieved.
Yeah.
So, like, it doesn't matter how far we've come. Like, we always need to know, first of all, that the reason we've reached this far is always because of the support we've had because of our parents, our mentors and coaches, and and we need to know that there's always an ability to keep developing ourselves.
Yeah.
We all know we have a long way to go, but we can still be proud of what we have achieved to keep motivating ourselves. Why we should keep moving forward. So I think something that we want to work on to become better people tomorrow is just to setting new goals and realizing what we can do more. We have two main goals for us that we want to achieve this year. The first goal is that we want to reach a greater level of like exercise this summer than last summer, to be able to compete at the SM level when the pandemic is over, because we haven't been able to compete because of the COVID situation.
Yes.
And the other main goal is,
yeah, so we have the members in our Taekwondo club, some of the younger kids who are reaching for the black belt stage now, and to reach that stage is a very, very high stage, and our goal is to help those kids reach their goal of getting the black belt.
Yeah, and that would be such a great achievement because it's the first black belts in our Taekwondo club since we started.
So if we all had to give one advice for people who would like to start exercising and getting into the sports industry and on an athlete level, I would personally give the advice of, like, it's never too late. If you're interested and you're committed enough to this sport, you can do it. Like, just go for it.
Yeah, so commitment also comes with consistency.
Yeah.
If you're not consistent, you won't be able to reach such a high level.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think you guys brought up many important points. And I think to complete all of that, it's important to remember that you have to dissociate your um, ability to achieve your goal with the challenges that come across the road. So, like, it's important to not let yourself be defined by the mistakes that are made on the road, because those are natural causes of learning.
So at last, we hope that you guys got a bigger insight about Taekwondo and what it is, and about our experiences.
And how it have like shaped us as well.
Yes.
And we hope that we have inspired you. And if you want to reach out to us or have any questions, you can find us on our Facebook page and our official website on Alhai Taekwondo. We're also on Instagram updating you what's going on in our Taekwondo club.
Yes. We hope that you can hear more from us soon with, inshallah, our new achievements. And we hope to hear from you soon about your new achievements.
Yes, take good care of yourselves and see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.